my book Foreseen from 2008, that's 10 years ago, I wrote in chapter 12 about the codex from the future. And at the same moment when we completed this work, Arthur C. Clarke had really left this planet. And the one essential thing among many of his writings, this is a small book with about 20 short stories, but the main story is the Sentinel. And the Sentinel is a 10-page story. It's very short. It became the base to 2001 Space Odyssey with Kubrick. He essentially says there was once an ancient civilization and they have observers and they're looking at this new, very young civilization and they're just looking at it and wondering what's happening. Foreseen then went further into 2137, so that's about 120 years out. So we're talking here about futurism, looking into the future. And right now, at the moment, as we are completing this work of futurism and Nordic asset, we see Mars retrograde in Aquarius. So Mars, by the way, rules sports too. So we're in the middle of the Russian 2018 World Cup, and when Mars went direct and retrograde, you saw something very interesting happening. All the little teams, the underdogs that didn't stand a chance, threw out all the former champions. And we're still not done with World Cup. We still have 2 weeks to go until 16th of July, 15th July. Right now we're 7th of July, 7/7/2018. And Mars rules activity, action, pushing forward the work. In retrograde, it needs to reassemble itself. In Aquarius, it needs to actually spread it to mankind. Mars in Aquarius is highly technological, will last now for another 3 months because it has to trek back into Capricorn, then roll forward, that's in September, and into October, then on into Pisces. So we're entering 2019 with Jupiter then in Sagittarius. That's futurism, far-sighted discussions. And in such discussions we meet a lot of experts, sources, people we know. And I told you, everyone is watching our work. I mean, everyone, the people who want to know something, they know who we are, what the work is about. And so we get to be networked in a new society soon, because every planet that hits Aquarius now is going to go into a 90-degree angle off to Uranus in Taurus. Uranus in Taurus is creating a whole new economical, sociological reality. Uranus in Taurus last time was in the years of 1934, and I always come back to the discussion that Uranus shows us these internal conflict situations, and they start always in Aries. It's really with the self. So these civil war thinking movements all over the place are coincident at the moment with Uranus in Taurus, and which lasts 7 years up into 2025. And it's going to be now hit by 90-degree angles many times over the next 3 years. By Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, each time in winter, by the inner planets. So there is a constant revolutionary forward move to push an economy into a new society that will be a one humanity, mankind. This is the context of my work as an astrologer and futurist. How do we go into this Planetary Federation we discussed, and from there technologically also into a space traveling civilization.